When you came into this team this year, is it just because of who you are, you come in and almost take like, hey, I'm the driver, I'm the leader, let's do it this way, and in conjunction, not like bossy, but you know, a lot of times you look at the driver, sometimes they look at the crew chief, depending on how the team is formulated. How did you look at it? How have you tried to, I don't know, assume the mantle of the leadership, or share it with Randall, or how you try to have that role, especially with being in this position first time? Obviously, Joe Gibbs had set, and, you know, I didn't know how did you go through that? How do you approach the playoffs with these guys this year?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's starting back at the beginning of the year. It's all data driven, you know. So you look at data. It's like, okay, what data was I used to looking at that was important to me? Do I need again to be able to see? And then you know, I go to Randall and I ask those questions, or I go to Justin Alexander and I ask those questions, and then we're able to pull that data, get that data, and it kind of helps us to be able to learn from what we were doing and how to get better. And I feel like processes and procedures have gotten better throughout the course of the year. And I think right now, going into the playoffs, I mean, you know, the only thing you can look at right now is, okay, how do you set yourself up for your weekends or your days, or how many points do you need going into the weekend, you know? So, okay, we know this round is going to take X amount of points to get through, so we need a 20th place finish 3 weeks in a row and we're in, you know what I mean? You're not going to finish 20th, but that's it. You know, when you're running 12th, it's not going to be dismal, or it's not going to cost you a ton unless you have a bad day next week. So you always want the most you can get, but it's just stuff like that. You know, they were in the playoffs last year. I feel like they got a good sense of what it takes and what it's like. We both got knocked out early, but you know, there's learning from that.
What can you do to help this group, because they made the playoffs but haven't gotten past the first round?
Well, I didn't get past the first round either.
You got that decal there that says two-time champions.
Yeah.
Carries a little weight.
No, so to me, yeah, it's talking about some of the stuff that I just mentioned, you know, and not making mistakes. That's where I feel like our detriment has been, and some of it's not self-induced, you know, like the engine issue at Indy Road Course, you know, like how do you know that's going to happen, you know, and so just things like that. But it's racing. A lot of different circumstances will happen. You just got to work your way around them.
Cautions are down a little bit from last year. I know part of it, a little bit of that number is inflated because of the road courses don't have the stage brakes.
Yeah,
so that's inflated a bit, but still down like over, I think, 10% from last year. Mm-hmm. I know it's tough to drive the car last year, so that probably contributed to it.
Yes. Your cautions were high last year because everybody was getting used to it. Flat left rear tires, too much left rear camber, issues like that. So your numbers were inflated this year. Everybody's gotten better. Your numbers are deflated because of rule changes on road courses. So I don't know that it's an apples.
Yeah. So, but how does that change things in essence? There's longer green flag runs now. So last year you could probably count on, hey, my car's not right. There's going to be a caution that comes up. Not necessarily all the time, and we looked at when green flag stops at Darlington.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you know, more green flag. I love green flag runs. When your cars are right and you're good and you're moving forward, I love green flag runs. I love taking advantage of getting to pit road, on pit road, all that sort of stuff, executing there and being able to pick up seconds that you can. So the caution stuff, yeah, I mean, cautions breed cautions, and with everybody knowing there's so much to be gained on restarts, I feel like that's probably been a little bit of my detriment this year, is just losing spots on restarts. Just trying to get the beehive away from me, you know, get away from me. Let me go focus on me, and then I can do my own deal. But you're swatting flies on those restarts, trying to keep everybody away.
And you talk about pit road, and obviously you've been very good for a long time on getting off. And I'm curious where that skill or that ability came from, or how you were taught that, or how the importance of that, because I'm assuming at some point there was, or maybe it's just natural because you're just trying to get every moment, but how that came about, because that's something you're kind of a leader at.
No, I think it just stems from knowing there's room to gain, you know, go take it. Every time you turn around, or every corner you're racing around, you know, there's a tenth to be gained. So you know tenths can add up, and when you can add up 10 of them, that's a second, you know, and if you lose a race by half a second, then, you know, that costs you. So it's just knowing all of that, just pushing, always getting the most you can.
This time a year ago is about when you announced your transition over to RCR. What has this last year been like for you to have a clean slate, especially understanding how frustrating this first round of the playoffs was a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I've enjoyed it. I think that moving teams is always kind of scary. Going to a new school or whatever is kind of unnerving, but it's been really good. Randall's made it super easy. Everybody at RCR has been great. So my thing now is just to try to reward them with the skill and everything that I know that I have to be able to go out there and perform at the best of what I know to bring home a championship, but more importantly just make that Final Four. So the potential's there, the stuff is there, the team is there. We've got to execute, and that starts with me. It starts with Randall, and snowballs from there.
What do you feel like have been the biggest challenges for, as well as you guys have run? What do you feel like has been the biggest thing either to adapt to or that has challenged you maybe more than you expected?
I think the things that have challenged me the most is just the difficulty in the competition getting closer together. Less cautions, less opportunities of being better than the guys that you're running around, and so you kind of get stuck behind them. That's frustrating. So you try harder, and then you put yourself in a bad spot. So I think too the detrimental part of me after a race is not having a good day or something derailing it and thinking like, man, what could we have done different? But really there's nothing you could have done different to prevent it, or you don't, the data doesn't suggest there is. It's just stuff happens.
Such a hypothetical, but with as bad as the stretch was during the summer there, where it was just bad luck resulting in poor finishes, is there any sense of optimism that, okay, you got that out of the way, now you can just have 10 clean weeks through the playoffs?
I wish, but no. I was so I didn't have very good luck at a dirt race. We were racing my micro, and I got moved around a little bit a couple times, and anyways, I'm like, okay, I'm getting all my bad luck out of the way tonight. This is gonna be good. Sunday's gonna be great, and then we go out and break a valve spring on Sunday. So that doesn't happen like that. You can't say that you're cleaning out your bad luck locker in order to be able to be empty.
I know you guys are competitors, and this might be a strange question, but do you want Kevin Harvick to go out on a high note, sort of, in his final playoff run?
Yeah, definitely. I would want the same thoughts from people for me, when it's my turn. But I would say that it would be cool to see Kevin at least score a win in his final year. I mean, right now it's playoff time, so that would obviously bump him on to the next round. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But give him a little sentimental favorite kind of feeling. It'll be good.
What would you, if you could sum up his legacy, what he's meant to the sport, what he's meant to this generation of drivers, how would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, to me, him and I, we didn't get along for a little bit there, but it's come a long ways, come full circle where, we talk a lot now. Our kids are racing with each other and things and such. But to me, I feel like, him being a team owner in the sport, understanding that, being a part of that for a long time with the Truck and Xfinity program that he had, and then going over to SHR, winning a championship, being with a different group of people, being at a different place, kind of changed him a lot. So he's come full circle. He's really intuitive to the safety and to the race craft and the way NASCAR does things and things like that. His communications with NASCAR, he's been very good in our driver council meetings and stuff. So he's an instrumental piece to the growth of our sport, and I feel like his future will be the same.